Partnership Feed Salon Program. So these are parts of the show. See the local president guides kind of international support, and we're glad for this. Next one, now that the Secretary to the President, the very distinguished Dr. Emmanuel Gaima, we convened the inaugural, the first time, with all the institutions that were under the office of the President and come together so that they would look at how they may work together for advanced service delivery and strengthen coordination within the sector. There one the agency in this winner is Excellency the President in office. Now they supervise, and so the Secretary to the President, they provide support to them all. So this meeting they happened as well last week. Next one, the Deputy Minister for Information and Civic Education, Bokari Abdulaziz Bawo, been go engage the High Commissioner of India to Salon. He go get this conversation, so then we'll talk about how we will benefit capacity building, cultural exchange, and other things that we will learn from India, we say we learn from Salon. So the Deputy Minister been go get this very fruitful conversation last week. Next updates now that Salon don't qualify for joining the second cohort of beneficiaries for the Mission 300 initiative. And this is a program with the African Development Bank and the World Bank Group and other global partners that they do for providing electricity to 300 million people across Africa by 2030. Just last week, we President Bio been there in Tanzania. We announced again another program where the country qualify for. So that one day we can talk all the part, this, the work, if we travel this. Every time you go, you come back with this tangible benefits, and this now one of the tangible benefits then we don't see. Next one, the Ministry of Internal Affairs do announce do effective 1st of February, then commercial Okada motorbike, they don't agree with them. So they don't go drive now 35 treats them now the Central Business District of Freetown. Members of the public, the Internal Affairs Minister, and in fact the IG Naya, they beg them, say, do you no abide by the law, law no use Okada. Now then 35 treats they are within the press release where the ministry been put out, Internal Affairs been put out, they all then I will page them. Even within here now, in fact, for beginning going on internet, they up the game. So when they on the check, also we'll see on the check a live free internet. Thanks to partner who will announce at the end of the press conference with the help with this internet situation as well. So we try for green camp, the IG try for green camp sanity at the Central Business District, and so this is now one important announcement. Another announcement now, the Ministry of Tourism and Cultural Affairs, one of the sister, very close ministry, they don't express deep concern. See people don't go build, they don't encroach for the land we belong to Takugama, the chimpanzee sanctuary and the environment. The ministry will be known to the public say Takugama sanctuary they cover 600 acres of land, and that land they own a protected tourism development area. Anybody will go build around there illegal for like build there, for like squats there, for like go do anything around there. In fact, just last week, Takugama came meet me, and then she has said they will meet the chief minister immediately. His Excellency the President was informed. He called, he instructs the IGP as well. They are say anybody where they catch them, then they pull them, because we need for protect the environment, we need for protect them reserve area, and then we need for protect the wildlife. This is now part of the civic education as well. At the ministry under the strategy we will launch. So these are all very, very important. And this is the end of the quick updates we want to provide to now for this week. As I know, every week we will start with give you a highlight of some of the development that we have done across government. Now, look into the reason we make today. Today, we dey start with topic we care for, with our education. Who don't donor, they will go to the one with the other issue, with the updates. So first, we start with basic, then we go to higher. The Honorable Minister of Basic and Senior Secondary Education, you know the Banana Island Minister, First Minister, not so?
Absolutely.
Exactly. The history of Salone, the first and only minister will come out na island day. Mr. Minister, over the past few weeks and months, in fact, I told you on this conversation a lot. People don't they ask about this exam, CAS, WAEC, qualify, who school not qualify, who they are supposed for gets involved. And so it don't lead to family and don't they complain about some picking and day in some districts they where they're not able for sit exam. I know because I talk to you, so this is an issue you don't care about, and you don't try for seek a comprehensive and a wholesome solution. We will address this issue long term. Today, you can provide an update to the public on this issue of public exams and CAS and also within now. So, Mr. Minister, you see, one of the things that we know to Soya Day, we now na Soya Day, we get timer. We will give the mic, we will give time, and it counts down in the year. We will give 10 minutes, Honorable Minister, for you to do a comprehensive update on this situation, and then we can so your colleague, the Minister of Higher Education, and say you on 10 minutes. So 10 minutes, sir, for your updates to the people of the country. Thank you, sir.
I want to tell Pambule beaucoup adu. I'm glad for there. And also this is my first press conference for the year. So I take the opportunity to wish all the family, all the one who look and listen to me a happy new year. I also want to take the opportunity to tell other and we support the two ministries during the education week. Boku Tenki. It was a very successful week. The theme of the education week now be AI and automation, and for make sure so we secure how we use the human talent and ingenuity in that process. It was a very successful week, and it ended up with the president do the keynote address on the last day of the event. So I want to tell all Boku Tenki, but in particular I want to tell the people of Bombali and the stakeholders in Bombali for the support we give me. Now let's go to waiting the reason why they are so today, because I see the time they want to leave this. We don't come back to the exam period. And last year we get some challenges with WAS. What will we do? The beginner will not be able to take the exam. Government provide funding for make them take the exam through private WAS. So we hope so this year we're not in the same situation. Unfortunately, USAID right now, the information we get is that we still need school for do what they need for do for get them picture in the system. So that is school now a general context of how we work now the system. Firstly, for take WAS, you get continuous assessment grade when you need for put into the system. That may constitute 30% of the grade. The new system is that every year, when you begin to go through the year, you will upload your CAS grade into the system. And when you begin to progress from one year to the other, you will only able to upgrade that year in your CAS if you don't upgrade the preceding year in your CAS. If you don't do that, then the system not will allow you to do that. So that's how the system works. So you put 3 CAS into the system.
CAS means
CAS, continuous assessment scores. Yes. So that constitutes 30% of the beginning grade. In the old system, what they happen, you did only upgrade class once. And the system will also allow you to upgrade class even after the beginning don't take the actual written exam. You can go back and you upload class. This is no longer the case. Now that reason they make, we decide, see, you cannot get repeaters in the process, because if somebody take class this year, he fail, he cannot join the system next year because he's not going to get class for the 2 preceding years before that. It's important that I explain that. So at this present moment, we don't put a number of systems in place for make sure that only the people who are eligible for take the exam, we will take the exam. You know, there are no repeaters into the system. So as of now, we get like 163,000. I repeat, 163,797 picking away into the system right now from 892 schools. This now an increase from what we did last year, when I be 147,000 take the exam last year within the system. So we don't see an increase. Also in terms of the number of schools that we did at the system right now, it will increase from what it be when I be 816 schools. Yes, so I don't tell but take it to school leaders that we not able to meet the time and they don't make sure so they're picking a day at the system. However, there are still some schools there where we start deadline. I will tell you now the sort of thing that we do behind the scenes for make sure say we support them in that. But at this point in time, all the picking away there at the system now, they will get class 1. Out of the 892 schools that will not submit the class 1, we need to say they don't put the bio data of the beginner, all the personal details, the photograph of the beginner, all the essential details that they inside the system. You get 880 schools will not submit class 2 into the system. So you can see say the number different from 892 to 880. That means to say you get 12 schools there will not upload the class year 2. However, it don't mean to say the beginner not to take the exam. It doesn't mean to say they don't reduce the continuous assessment grade by another 10%, roughly speaking. Yes? So the next phase now, the third phase, may they call the batch registration system. So at this point now, the school that need for register the beginner for actually take the exams. Now that day, I can talk to the school, encourage all the parents there for go to the school, put them school leader under pressure for make them complete this batch registration. As I talk to you right now, the deadline when we set in the ministry now the 7th. So now this Friday, only 32% of them school, the 892 schools there, now they don't upload, now they don't do the batch registration. We know one level between the left here. The only way they do, we don't put systems in place for support schools there for make the register them here. But I want to talk to the public direct. I want them parents that go meet the school leaders, ask them, say if they don't register them picking them. The reason why they say that but who tell them when them picking are not in the system, them parents that they can't need they cry. So before we get to that point, we get a little bit of time now for make them get a light, and they really appeal to the public, especially the parents. I also they appeal to the Board of Governors, where they get oversight function over their school leaders and also they appeal to the general public and the MP that the local area for make them hold their school leaders into account. For them 12 schools that will not upload the class 2, that tell now with a punishment. And they tell now why we do that. Because we offer everything to them. We even offer to take IT people on the different region the way they don't upload the system into the system, they don't take that. So for me, then they show gross indiscipline. For that day, all the one within a government school, within that system, we suspend them for 6 months without salary. And I repeat, 6 months without salary. It don't come from Ghana. There must be consequences. The focus of education is about accountability. If me don't offer you extra support, me don't provide you support and you don't take up, then you really know what help. Of that, and then you get 4 schools then inside that system when are private schools. And for them private schools, we ask them, say, if you are proprietor of your private school, you need to employ a competent head of that school if you want to continue with your license. If you don't do that, we revoke your license. You not go operate now again. We also get 4 schools who will not get no evidence of, but they didn't have the system. None. So the reason we can encourage the school leader for do the needful and for make sure say they get this their rights and will not put begin them now the position we put them last year. I also make sure say I share with you now the action we take. The last time we suspend school leader for 2 months. People then grumble and say it's too lenient. So this year we don't up the game. So now we don't make it 6 months without salary. So I just want to make una help me or share this message. On the website, we will get all the schools that we not upload class. So una set to see district by district. Una go able to see that and una set can make sure say una can talk to the school that we need. I think we tell you.
Right on time, eh? This is our education minister. School business, when I say time, sharp, be very long in. Oh, Mr. Minister, before you go, actually get, I want to take this opportunity for maybe clarify just briefly. One, I'm glad you say they publish the name of the schools, the names, them. We and the Minister of Information will let Leone share that list, so we say they help push them forward to the public and our websites and with social media platforms. But of the 12 schools that we currently in default, do we know how many of them are government schools and how many are private schools?
Yes, of the 12 schools, 4 of them are government schools. Okay. The other 4 are private schools. And the other one are schools of some description.
Community schools, maybe?
Now,
oh, can I mean by the 4 we don't get record of?
We don't get no record of. But they didn't have the wide system.
Okay, so 4 are government schools, 4 are private schools, then the other 4, they want to know where schools are. Alright, thank you very much, Mr. Minister. I think, again, very clear, very comprehensive updates on this situation. The reason we make this important, this particular issue don't be subjected to misinformation and disinformation in the past. I remember Tencam, they may make allegations saying that because we don't let people in seats from one particular district, from one particular region and all that. The minister will come and explain, say, we follow the same pattern and system what other countries they follow. We are part of the WIAC system and don't play that role in there. Even offer, and I say, technical support. Increase significantly the uptake and offer commend all the schools there across the country. Because this is a really huge percentage in terms of compliance. And I think a testament to your leadership and the work we don't do on this one. So congratulations and we tell you thank you. I'm sure if public gets some questions that we don't come online, we'll come back to you. Now we don't pass WASC. We can't go down I say we don't pass WASC, somehow we don't pass WASC and look me one clap. So we don't pass WASC school. So we don't pass WASC school. Aha, very important. But for today, we agree we all don't pass, don't sit, we go technical and higher education. Madam Minister, always wonderful for being with you, and also I will say you get some updates that we want to share. You back at the first 10 this year, 2025 for Canada Press Conference for update the public. So in your 10 minutes, I want to provide a quick overview of the status of higher education at the country. And then I know say last week we began one news reports here, when a big news in terms of connectivity for your higher education institutions there. This is an opportunity for the share. Go ahead.
Thank you very much, Mr. Minister, and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I will first thank the Ministry of Information and Civic Education for creating this credible public engagement platform. And by way of updates from the Ministry of Technical need for contribute positively to societal development, but also for them to compete with their peers and then compete them on the global scale. So no one can disadvantage them in any shape or form. So one major thing we will be working within the ministry and for strengthening the regulatory authorities then. Although ensure say the investment is Excellency don't make we protect them, but we ensure say quality is maintained within the education sector. And I get hot news off the press because this morning, me and the team in the parliament, we will be go 2 acts and we will review. One, now the Tertiary Education Commission Act, so that in our agency where they provide regulatory oversight for higher education. And the other one, NCTVA, where they provide regulatory authority for vocational training, where the 2 arms of the ministry. So we've been revised the act then because the one will be the use now from 2001. So we can all agree, say from 2001 to now, things then don't change. The plans of the ministry don't change. And also what they happen at the world, the global trend also don't change. So we therefore review the act then, follow our line, and then ensure say we strengthen the regulatory authority of both of the agency. And I'm very happy for report say this morning, both acts they don't pass in parliament.
Oh, wow.
That deserves a round of applause.
Yeah, we did give.
And I really want to tell the team for where they provide all the support one need for reach to this stage. So the other major thing we happen within the sector, now for say last week, the Ministry of Technical and Higher Education, the Ministry of Communication, Technology and Innovation, and a local private company, ELCOM, we signed an MOU for being reliable and sustainable. And we create that platform, they forget frank conversation as to what they happen at the sector. And one thing will come out from the students and for say that they pay for ICT fee, they never get the service. There was some misinterpretation about what ICT fee means. But the bottom line is for say that they pay for a service where they can do it internet, then they get reliable connectivity. So we don't sit down and think as a ministry how we will try to change that narrative. And I remember we organized a press conference, the Ministry of Technical and Higher Education, we organized a town hall sometime last year. And the moderator, when somebody from the Ministry of Information, tell me, say, when he said I'm a student at the University of Sierra Leone, now the same thing. So you tell me, say, a historical problem, not to the problem, that's really only happened for a very long time. So we now, as a ministry, we sit down and begin to say, how we will make sure so we bring reliable and sustainable internet connectivity to all the higher educational institutions, not just universities, but also the vocational training institutions, the government technical institutes. Because we know, say, the big 5 where His Excellency don't also implement, we get pillar 4 on digitalization. So how we therefore ensure so we bring technology and digital learning platforms to university and we therefore create the enabling environment. And when you create the environment, it supports human capital development. It supports youth employment scheme because now young people embark on what they call e-commerce. You get internet, you're able to start your business online. So we begin think as a sector how we go ensure so we solve that problem in a sustainable manner. And I want to thank His Excellency because he traveled one time, he meets a representative from the local company, private company we work with, and they give him the opportunity for, he invites them for council and then they lead to the MOU sign. After the council, after His Excellency invites them, the Ministry of Communication, Technology and Innovation bring the opportunity council we, and then we do the legwork for those sign the MOU. And the details of the MOU, now for say that they provide the devices there. So now satellites, we know how Starlink, so it's powered by Starlink. We know how Starlink they work, and satellite connection. So that they provide the device for we, at no cost to the institutions there. The institutions and therefore ensure say nobody protects the device there. And the beauty about this now solar power. So you know for say power challenge, so it disrupts the service. So it's powered by solar, so green energy, and it gets minimum or no maintenance because that's another challenge. You don't go want to get equipment, then you go down give anyway for maintain it. So you get little or no maintenance. And another beautiful thing about it, we as a ministry with all we stakeholders, we therefore put together what they call a white list of educational websites where as long as a young person, a student connects to that device at the university or the vocational training institution, you're able to access the websites and they're free of charge. Even if you don't get data, you're able to access them. Now we do the list. Anything outside of that white list, the students want to access any websites out of that white list, they therefore buy data, but it's at a very minimum cost compared to waiting the current mobile network operators and the charge. So it's affordable as well for the students. And phase one, now the university, they will not begin put together a deployment plan already. This week they go for a big college. In fact, now tomorrow they will begin do site visits and for a big college for low begin rollouts. We can get the timeline. Phase one, now the universities, all universities, both public and private universities, because we do things and through the equity lens, one for disadvantage, one group of students and over the other one day. Then phase two, now the government's technical institutes. We don't do all the legwork in terms of the number because each device they connect 800 students in. So we don't provide the data for the different campuses of the universities there because we know some get multiple campuses. We don't give them the number of students there. The device they don't come, we begin deploy this week. Because there's a timeline where we work for work very fast for all the universities and the vocational training institutions then connected. The other thing this thing for help with now on the back end, we forget data and analytics. What do I mean by that? And we will tell you from the back end which one panel websites and the students will utilize more than the other. And other data we will help with for say, okay, maybe we need to get targeted intervention for change the narrative. So you not just end the yes, this stuff creates the enabling environment for the students able to connect. So we now as a ministry will therefore work with the leadership of the universities and for them to get dedicated, functional ICT space. The students they pay for connectivity, for computer fee. So therefore work with the university level. Say now internet don't come. Una therefore ring fence down on the students and they pay. I let my 10 computer on able buy this year, the better personality, when I put them in a space. Next year, when I get our money back on a hand, eventually, over a few years, over a period of time, we will all get fully functioning ICT suites where sometimes students don't get access to smartphone or tablets or laptop, be able and utilize that space. And therefore, ensure say they get maintenance plan for their equipment there, so not just buy them more. So that money they invest, if they use a percentage for buy the equipment, then they keep some for maintenance. So if anything happens, also that they begin fair money. The money readily available for maintenance of the equipment today. So this will create an enabling environment for the students and in terms of digital learning. The last time there, I talked about another MOU we don't sign with a partner in India for develop an online skills training platform and lifelong learning platform. So this will create the entry point. We will work with the UN agency for develop a fully comprehensive education management system because we want to move away from paper-based way of doing things to technology. Technology will help you in terms of efficiency, accountability, integrity, effect, all them things they need help you. They help follow ensure there's quality in the system. I'll stop there for now. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. Madam Minister, as we talk, 22 years ago or so, I go for the college, and then they charge me computer and ICT fee. I been pay. I don't be see computer one day, one day give me internet access. So who don't arrange all this? They are helpful left for the college go money back. No, get reformed. I wanna say, correct? Don't say all the complaint. I don't go say not to social video. Now the minister don't make sure that money will pay. They see a giant solar powered Starlink internet at extremely affordable cost, available on campuses with whitelisted websites. I dey go na the story and say for write a headline. Don't say me are there for help now. I will work together. I dey lay the ball for you clean. You understand? So the minister don't see starting immediately. Then they begin roll out at various campuses. Internet. What they mean white list? It means a certain website they go not to Facebook. Certain website they will go there. What's that education website? You no need for pay. In a free download room. What's that book you download and download? But then on a website they will have to go chit chat and they pay small thing. But they pay cheaper. And the internet is reliable, it's fast. One for Elcom, thank you, because they also provide to the Starlink today will be used. We also get Orange, UK, April, Africell, obviously our most consistent partner there as well. I also want to acknowledge the presence of you, Deputy Minister of Technical and Higher Education, the Honorable Sajo Aziz Kamara, a very distinguished dictator of your right as well. Etc. I am now. You said they have to go radicals. My brother said they are from State House, in the Directorate of Communications at State House, Mr. Mike Bewa, one of the most prolific defenders and promoters of President Leone's agenda at the government of Salon. Because, by the way, he attended a very good school. Which is? Now, only one good school there. The Albert Academy. Very good school. By the way, the minister really in back attended a very good school. The Albert Academy. So they are now we know attend good school and ask my parents there how they come to school. Alright, so you know the it's okay. And then boy they make you want to talk. Especially the village boys. Now look at the Inspector General of Police. We don't address the education sector. But one of the reasons we make we call the IG for CAM and they come frequently is that the country currently will launch an investigation. Last week we can hire and provide an update and tell them and say, hey, some facts they need on this case. Social media can talk to you, but there are some facts we want to establish. And then on wheel, very important, the government of Salon will launch an investigation for look into the various allegations and news reports them. The IG there last week, he announced this investigation, he called an open source investigation. What they're going to do today, they now have to provide a brief update on the investigation, which they don't find out so far, who's already and which we expect in the next stages of this investigation. As always, I'm the primary spokesperson for the government of Salon. So when the IG don't talk down, any additional information I will provide. And then when it comes to questions between me and the Inspector General of Police, I have been fully briefed. That's why I want to assure you that me self ready for provide answer. But over to you, the distinguished Inspector General of Police.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Good afternoon, members of the Fourth Estate. I'll get a couple of briefs because if you look at social media now, plenty things they come. In the first place, what is the trend now? And this so-called sporting of just. As I talk to now, there has been no formal communication to neither the government of Sierra Leone or to the Sierra Leone police. Police in all over the world get forum, also how they share the information there, I-247, and it is a part of the Interpol activities. There is nothing of such. That understanding, when an allegation may fly out, government directs that we set up an investigation into all of these things when they fly. So what do we do? We not get not to place with like we get possibly can complain. So what to do? We get special units police, what they call the open source investigation unit. We activate that. What we call open source investigation. Now investigation where they collect, we analyze data, we will help you for generate actionable intelligence. In open source investigation, we collect, we analyze the data, then of course we utilize them. We'll talk about open source now, publicly accessible outlets such as websites, newspapers, social media, and any other area. So for all these 10, I don't know focus on. We don't focus on only from all these 10. But I want to say, so far, what to get. People, I want to first of all comment that we put out information, who they collect, who they analyze, and who they direct, what to do thereafter. For now, that picture of that man with they float on social media, not able from open sources for affix a name to that face. And the name Umar Sharif. Umar Sharif is the name we will affix to that particular face. And we also look at what if they come up on social media and say, in order in this country for the past 6 months. So whether name they come up, what do we do as a sector, as security, as police, as investigators? We go back 6 months from now, we check all the formal entry points into this country. That kind of knowledge. That one has been established. Then going forward, we get people like when they say, so we have been to all of those places. Many places I've been to over the last couple of days. Yes. For me, all of them questions when they play in our mind, we get answers to them, or we forget access to this particular person. So as we talk to now, we on the look for this particular person, and we encourage members of the public, when they not tire for support the police with information, we will every for go down to the facts of this thing. But for now, we are established, we don't get the name, we don't link up with that face, and now we are going further. After we check entry points, we get other things that we go for do for able for really establish the identity. But in investigations, you know, find for wrong commentary manner. We wrong commentary, you don't know that's the over and we will sometimes for people to talk for go use that the other kind of way. So but this forum, and that way don't become part of what we do every week. And therefore the guy every week on Tuesdays for update the public on this particular one and several other matters. So the other one I want for talk about, now the one on the Guinea. The one on the Guinea, yes, we don't send a team of investigators now, Conakry, for access them where they intercept with these people, where they say it was allegedly carrying some substances suspected to be cocaine. We want to know what happened because they have been very tight-lipped on this one. So team it together with the foreign minister, don't waste anything for who facilitate in the new response. Something that happen, I don't just speech because you put on and said foreigner from Liberia, from Guinea, then somebody command and say, no, I have to access and we have to go through the protocols of the office. You don't go and say, I don't allow you. So minister they inside here together with the team not ready from Saturday. From Saturday to now, we don't check a couple of things. So hopefully by the time we come back, we will get the story. But what is key is that we have to access them people and we have to know what will happen. For example, we have to know what generates the order of mission for allowing the car to move from one point to another. We have to know whether we decide not to car. We have to know the driver tell me when you come back from inside wherever I go, whether we decide not to car and exactly inside I intercept them. So all of that is hanging. Hopefully, by the time when the minister come back from we will not reach today, by tomorrow, we investigators will get a chance for who access the people who they detain, for whether they give you an account of what's happening. For now, we all know we will see what happened to the decision. We all know we will see that. Then, what thing happen now that after then, some assistant team will happen in the past, who will not need to rest, still they come up, for example, on the 19th of September 2024, around 5 minutes to 12 midnight, this Gulf Stream 4 aircraft landed in Leone, impact and apron 3. Landing 3 hours of activity at the airport. All forces, all security forces represented together with the Civil Administration Authority of security people and staff, they go there. Then this aircraft impact apron 3 at the airport. Just inside we get to the counter-terrorism unit, we based at the airport comprising 22 soldiers and 22 OSDs, and they go back. Then see, do that investigation. Yes, civil penalty, what I mean by that is, if you land, now you enter with airspace unauthorized, you get a lot of offenses to the commit, where they will charge you for. If you enter now with maritime domain, unauthorized, before you enter with maritime domain, you get authority from ports and harbor authorities. If you don't do that, you enter, they intercept you, you get the act, where they invoke these clauses, we don't violate, we don't infringe, or then they be charged. So for that one, then we take them through, done the investigations of the people then, take this matter to law officers, working with civil authority, airport authority, they impose fines on them people for that unauthorized landing in our airports. In total, in terms of the fine, with $100,000, they pay that money to Bank of Sierra Leone. These are the payment receipts where they pay to Bank of Sierra Leone, that particular fine for that unauthorized landing at the airport of that form. Then, when they don't pay the fine, they get the aircraft fixed because they get a mechanical challenge where they established during the investigation by our own authorities at the airport. Then, with respect to possibly say if they carry drugs or whatever, we get support from the Drug Enforcement Agency of Liberia and the Drug Enforcement Agency from Ghana. They can do swap. We get some tissue. If opinion pass now, when you pass that piece, it will change color. They swap that plane 2 times. First, the Nigerian authorities they can swap. DA from Nigeria they can do the swap. It was negative. The one then from Ghana they can do the swap. It was also negative. That was established. Then, of course, we will not be getting reason for hold on to it because whatever test they did us, all of it was negative. That is one issue. It was dealt with. We put out a public domain, but I wonder why it keeps coming up. So I'm going to say that to clarity for now. The second one, and most recently, this fiber boat way float at Black Johnson. This fiber boat at about 5, a little after 5 o'clock in the morning, 2 people, the Abu Master representative, Tinker Cargo, and Arnold Brandon, that see this fiber boat, they called the Navy body, they called the police body. Of course, the Marine and the Navy will operate together. So this boat and tour can return. The next day, they open this boat. The same exercise we conduct. Compartments, the day in fear inside it. The other compartments, inside the pilot's video, the captain video of the fiber boats, will do thorough swap inside that boat. Everything turned out to be negative. In this case, what do you want for say at this point? We country one for appeal to development partners. May they support Sierra Leone. May they help able for combat transnational organized crime. A big thing, not only what they affect the world over. So we ask for support from our international partners for them to build capacity for able for combat this type of crime, not only drugs, movement of small arms, stolen works of arts, missing documents, plenty there. But we have education to the way they can thief car, we impound them, people will have thief passport, whatever it is. So we are looking for more capacity building activities so we help the Sierra Leone police for able for confront the emerging trends in crime across the country and the sub-region. So for now, this is my update.
Thank you very much to the distinguished Inspector General of Police, William Fayaselu. I will take the liberty of just maybe repeating some things he's just said, because I know we have some international media with interest in this issue. The open source investigations by the Sierra Leone Police has found out that a possible name, the name that they have come up with, that the individual that is in the pictures that have been circulated online was using in Sierra Leone is Omar Sharif. Correct, sir?
Correct.
Secondly, the Sierra Leone Police has made moves to try to locate this particular individual based on information that they have received, and they have conducted raids at specific locations where this individual was alleged to have been present, and the Sierra Leone Police has not found this individual yet. The Sierra Leone Police is therefore calling on members of the public that this is an individual that the Sierra Leone Police would like to speak to as part of these ongoing investigations. If you have information that can help the Sierra Leone Police locate this individual in Sierra Leone, that is the information the Sierra Leone Police can provide right now. The investigations will continue. The chief of the police also made a very specific plea that Sierra Leone is determined to ensure that our country does not become a hub for transnational crimes of any nature. We are therefore asking, as we did last week, we sought cooperation and support from international partners to help us to guard our borders, to help us to do the effective law enforcement that is necessary so that our country cannot unsuspectingly become a desired venue for illicit activities. That is a summary of the updates on the ongoing investigations. We thank you.
There's something you mentioned about the tracked immigration records.
Oh yes, going back to 6 months ago, the Sierra Leone Police has also looked, because the reports in the media suggest that this individual in the photos is been in Sierra Leone for at least 6 months. And so the Sierra Leone Police has done a diligent job going through all formal entry points into our country and looking at records for the past 6 months. And as at today, they have not found any record of this person's entry into our country through one of our formal entry points. And they have looked back to 6 months, because that's the information that they have had at this point. So this investigation will continue. The Inspector General of Police has committed to coming back to this platform on a regular basis. We have now secured a slot for him every week. He will come and will continue to provide updates. We had promised that these investigations will be transparent and we will provide timely updates to the people of this country and of course to our international partners. Now to go back to Creole, first I will get to the question that will not come online, and then we can open here for questions. The IG don't answer them already. about wetin the investigation don reveal so far. Christina Okello asked that day, I think one of the international journalists the way don't contact me. He also asked about wetin the investigation dey find about the vehicle wey contain the suspected cocaine wey dem dey seize na Guinea. I think the IG don't provide updates on that, say we have dispatched teams to Guinea right now. In fact, the Minister of Foreign Affairs is currently in Guinea to help facilitate us having access to the individuals and to aid us in getting information on this investigation. So that update we'll get as well, hopefully the next week when we have more on the situation. The other question then for the Minister in the media. Number one, somebody say Jalabo campus, the school fee na 8 million for 1 year. If that is not unfortunate, say students will not able to pay this amount instead of the government for advocates for them. And what did happen to the 3 wards of teachers in the university as per the proclamation of President Liu, where they offer free education to them up to university level? I think I will now to get this one. Because I think the president will say if you're a teacher and then either you picking or you want, I think that question then they ask it to that. So that's Madam Minister of Higher Education. The question say if the internet will help they do na fee. I think you already answered that day, but this question will be done before the press conference starts. And then the last one for you as well, Madam Minister. How soon the recommendation that the recent investigation of USL, all the constituent colleges there between 2001 and 2023 could be implemented? How soon that they will happen? So we'll come to you. I think even when we get the major question there briefly, and then I think we'll get question and I will take it.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Minister, and thank you to the one that we sent the question in. So I always get this question about tuition fees. And so this question is Jalai University, 8,000 or 8 million only units per year. As a government, if the money there, it's something we will consider as a free quality education all the way to technical and higher education. But at this point in time, it's not possible. But for remove the financial barrier at basic and senior secondary, I think it's commendable for the government. And I can always make or add from this already because you asked the question for say the amount, 8 million for the year or 8,000. I can always use this as an example. We get private secondary schools then, where the tuition fees for the academic year, it's way more than this. And then they say educators at that level, they demean them in any way. But at universities, we have professors. We get to pay a lot more than what you pay at senior secondary school or primary school. So I just want for the people that get that at the back of their mind. The tuition fees where university students pay in a salary, it's one of the lowest in the region. And we really, I want to use the opportunity to talk to the students and to say they get or pay their tuition fees. And I'm glad it's having one engagement with them where they tell me, say, they're not advanced, they say they don't want to pay tuition fees, but they want quality education. But quality comes at a cost. When I pay the tuition fees, and then when I let you know the work for ensure there's quality in the higher education institutions. The second question, I believe, this can touch on the granting aid scheme where the ministry currently they implement. So we recently reviewed the granting aid policy, not just for granting aid at national level, but also at international level for ensure there's transparency, and we clearly put them down in black and white the procedure for get both awards. And within that policy for the granting aid, we make provision for teachers where we certain criteria. But again, when we finalize that policy, we also pay for hide, therefore be made public. In fact, I even talk to members on the team for we're going to develop infographics where we'll put out on social media, and I'm confident that the Ministry of Information will also help to disseminate and let people understand which are the provisions inside the policy. both for granting aid at national level and also for international awards. Then the third question is how soon the recommendations from, I believe, the recent investigation will take place at the University of Sierra Leone, which span, I believe, 2021 to 2023. So we get the university court, now the highest decision-making body, now the university, then they handle the matter for now. But having said that, the ministry self, as the supervisory ministry, we self don't get to the board. We self therefore see what can we therefore do to ensure say we support the court for the implementing recommendations. The procedure was rigorous in terms of the investigation. We get the recommendations backed by evidence, so we ensure say we allow the court for do their role, and then we provide oversight and any support we need to ensure say all the recommendations in that report is implemented for strengthening the higher education institutions. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Minister. Mr. Minister, you want to talk about this question of the scholarships for teacher picking them and awards? You want to add to that?
The scholarship for teachers and awards, that the Ministry of Technical and Higher Education, in the supervised study, waiting the TSC can do, meaning that the TSC can provide the evidence and the data where they use for making a decision. But he already does say that the situation will review, and so we all get forward for the review. And I'm sure there will be some form of validation where the general public will be involved. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. No, not all. I think the last week now will start, so this week will start here. We do 5 here, and we do 5 here. So 1 woman, 2 woman, 3 man, 4 man, 5 man. Yes.
Good afternoon. Leone Madam Minister, it is of course institution to be saying, okay, and I must. Just like the Mr. Minister said, before computer, they will not take computer class. Now, the answer year 1, when you put institution, you can put other charges. And you find out, you go inside the carpet inside it, a lot of items inside it, I look at everything inside it. So, what's all of them what's going at so? The fees not reduce can go. And so what they are going to then other charges, they need reduce that money back. So I want to know which one are they do with yourself or government, what do you do as a minister, but you say who go on to year 2. Now other charges then get cut them down. Because of they're not going for supply low, they're not going for putting lots of things inside it, and most of the other charges go there. It don't make any sense to go
Behind you. Thank you very much. Other charges. Another question. Yes. Another listen, please.
The question goes to IG. Yes, I did mention, see, the person within the picture now, according to Reuters, when they did the report, they say they do series of fact checking and in camp show say not just legislators. So the question is, what thing una use based on my investigation for come to the fact say the person not to just legislators, now una sheriff.
All right. Number 3.
Mayor Nema Alfred. This question to the IG. In connection with Guinea story concerning the ambassador for going to this cocaine issue. Now, from waiting one for understand, they will not catch these people. We don't understand say they hold the driver. Since that's where they hold the driver, the Salon government or the police not ever get talk with this driver for no longer than the second bus where they hold, police will hold. From that time till now, they will know the second bus till now.
I will not go to answer that question. Not so. Just know I did it, so no answer that question.
I may not get from.